Hello and welcome to my number one of the top 12 games 2017. As you can see, it's Total War Warhammer 2, and right now we're in kind of the laboratory. Well, I'm going to kinda, well, go on about why I like this game so much. And also, I brought you something to look at. Basically, 5,200 zombies and one Strigoi Ghoul King against a group of giant dinos. So enjoy while I'm going to talk about the game itself. Um, what do I like about the game? It's basically the first, after Total War 1, Total War game that made me play the multiplayer battles, because they had just so much diversity. Look at it, there are dinos, well, these are bigger dinos than they usually are, and the amount of zombies kinda breaking down my computer capacities, which might have been a mistake. Was running a bit smoother in... let's wait until some of them are dead. I mean, not undead anymore. I mean, they are dead. They are zombies. And this zombies versus dinos works only in the laboratory, which recently was added. And before this goes on, let's speed that up a bit. And at this point we have our dinos not charging and charging back. Yes, I didn't want to have the uphill charge, so that's what is going on. And here we have the first zombies flying around there with these glitching dinos mashing up some zombies. Maybe because I'm recording now. Ooh, that might take up some capacities. This is bad. It looks horrible. Not only because the zombies are flying everywhere, but because it's kinda like these horror movies where the girl crawls out of the TV, the ring. That kind of movement. Well, these are horror zombies now. Have fun and enjoy the view. I mean, still zombies are flying through the air. Well, let's hope it gets better. Hopefully. Why I like this game so much. It has a good multiplayer, even though there are some elements that you could use to abuse and are hard to counter or not to counter, and there is a bit of luck involved, especially in the counter army build, but the rest is quite okay. One of the problems I have with this game is that the multiplayer campaign only has 2 player slots. And I mean, yes, it would take forever if you played with a lot of players, especially in the late game, but still it would be fun to have all major factions controlled by a player and have them fight each other with no confederation and stuff like this. But even in the 2-player campaign it's quite fun, especially it was always in the Total War games since Shogun 2, which introduced the whole 2-player campaign thing, when you take over the army instead of the AI, and with that cancel out the biggest weakness of the game. It's AI. Yeah, its AI is absolutely, well, not totally terrible, but it's not good. Not nowhere near to be called good. Like these glitching dinos. And it charges into, well, something you could call an obvious trap. It has good good micromanagement, but only because it's a computer, and yeah, they kinda have the upper hand in that. But still, the tactical diversity of the AI is not really that much. It lumps up its troops and stuff like this, which should not happen. And on the campaign it builds sometimes very terrible armies, charges them into your defense or things like that, and that's kinda useless. But if you play it with another player in the head-to-head mode, they can take over it and you will have double the fun out of it. Cause a bit of challenge and, well, battling against friends is always a good thing. Unless you're really doing it in real life, then you should think why you are friends with these people if you want to bash in their heads with an army of zombies. That's weird. And yeah, still the campaign can give you a lot of fun. I played hours over hours. I'm not really that much a fan of the Vortex campaign though, since it kinda pressures me to play a bit faster, and yeah, that's a bit annoying. It forces me to expand and has this constant pressure of the enemy trying to finish the ritual before you, and then you have this one battle where you can stop them, and still you have to fight off these chaos armies that randomly spawn anywhere. In my High Elf campaign they spawned directly in my territory while I was invading the Dark Elves, which was not good for me, but I kinda managed to fend them off. Yeah, it did not run that well. Still, it was really much fun, and the Mortal Empires campaign was amazing. Then, well, it kinda cut down the map a bit, but it was still fun having all the factions, all the High Elves, Dark Elves, Wizardmen, Skaven, Empire, Bretonnia, the Dwarves, the Vampire Count, the Beastmen, the Wood Elves. Did I miss something? The Chaos, and hopefully we'll get Norska somewhere around May. But before that we'll get the Tomb Kings, so then we should have like 13 factions. If I'm not totally wrong. Which I'm probably not. Well, I don't know. And the Tomb Kings even get 4 legendary lords, which is great. And better than the single campaign for them. I mean, I enjoyed the campaigns, but for Legendary Lord was way better, especially if you look at the multiplayer stuff. Also for the starting location and the themes on the Steam page. Yeah. What else is to say? Well, they really look terrible. They jump between their animations. Ugh. This was a terrible idea. But still somewhat fun. Look at the zombies, they're having fun. They're flying all over the field. Kinda turned down the gravity by about 20% or something. So we're on 80% gravity. And they're even holding themselves in the air for a second. A split second or something. Yeah. The multiplayer battles are really fun, the community is quite nice, except sometimes, but that's really rare, at least for me. I didn't play too much quick matches, so the most people were just playing for fun, which is way more the most people I played with. And the only thing that is that the player base for the multiplayer part is kinda low. I just hope there will be more, because the game is freaking fun in multiplayer. They don't have to build a base, which is weird if you really do it on a battlefield. Training soldiers on the battlefield, which is really weird if you think about it. I mean, how much time do you spend training them? Like 40 seconds to a minute. That's nothing. Yeah. So, what else? Yeah, and the thing is, why it really makes fun for me is just the diversity between the factions. I mean, yes, we have then 13 right now, 12 factions, and they all play really and feel really different if you play them. And if you play them a bit deeper, which just got more clear when I started playing the multiplayer part. The single player, it's kind of a different thing, since you kind of build your towns, get your income going and stuff like this, and then mass out elite units and spam down the enemy. But in multiplayer it's really a bit other feeling. You have to take the strengths of your own faction and kinda build against the enemy's faction and have to anticipate which units they will probably take and which units you will take to counter eventual other builds of them. Yeah. And then multiplayer itself is fun, sometimes a bit hectic, but it can still be super fun. Also, you have the laboratory where you can do stupid stuff like this, letting giant dinos kill giant hordes of zombies, and not hordes of giant zombies. That would be crypt horrors or something. Yeah. And the maps are beautiful. They all have little gimmicks on them. Well, except the flat maps, but they were made for multiplayer, so yeah, they are specially made for them. And there is also a good amount of in-game death. There are some lores of magic which are stronger than other ones, and some units which are not really used that much and are not that much worth it in terms of cost efficiency. So you rarely see them, or units which are just difficult to manage. The only problem is that you have a lot of spam builds sometimes. Like the high elf archer spam. So many people setting on only archers for a high elf. And it rarely works really that efficient. But, well, let them have their things, and how are they called again? Lausanne Seaguard are still pretty good. Yeah. Now I can only hope that we will get Tomb Kings, and that the Tomb Kings will be fun and not totally game-breaking, kinda like Norska. Well, don't misunderstand me, Norska was fun and you could counter them, but they had a lot of strong abilities and strategies which were kinda hard to counter, and sometimes on the different points of the spectrum with what you want to counter them. Like Mammoth or Ice Trolls. Well, Ice Trolls were okay, but the Werewolves and the basic Berserker frontline was amazing. Also, the campaign feeling of Norska was pretty fun. I wonder how they will translate that into Warhammer Total War 2, where now everyone can settle everywhere. They will probably only get their outpost buildings in other climate zones or something. It would be really nice if you could have, for all factions, different kind of main city upgrades, so that you can focus these cities on either military or resource or maybe social bonuses. like you could in basically every other Total War game before Total War Warhammer 1. It would be pretty cool, especially for the special kinda towns like Altdorf, Kislev, or Uthalon. Not Uthalon, but Avalon. Sorry. Yeah. And what else to say about this game? Ah yes, and I hope we will get Araby for the next faction, but first I want to see the roosters completed for the High Elves, Dark Elves, Skaven and Lizardmen. Well, I'm not that much of a Lizardman player myself, and I do not know too much about the units that are missing in the game right now. I hope the Skaven will get the Jaslaves whatsoever. The Reds with shields and guns. They would be interesting. Since there would basically be a 2-unit team or something, maybe units with shield in front and guns in the back line or something? I have no idea how they will be translated into the game. But also Shadow Warriors. Ooh, who's hyped for Shadow Warriors? With AP damage for the High Elf ranged line. That's basically what they were missing against their Elven brethren, who both had a wide amount of armor-piercing missiles at their hand. Also some griffins for the High Elves would be nice. I think this battle is nearing its end, since I only had to hit this Ghoul King, which had life regeneration, and it was annoying. So I quit the battle at a certain point. Yeah. Look at all these dead bodies. It's kinda nice to see them all lying here. Wonder if a new forest will sprout here, or if it's so much blood that the ground will soak it up and become a swampland, a blood swamp. That would be something interesting. Let's take a look at the kill counts. Huh? Nice numbers. Yeah. Okay, and for what I think they will, for Warhammer 3, bring in as DLCs the Ogres and the Chaos Dwarfs. But it would also be cool to see Cathay or something. Or Nippon even. To have the whole Warhammer world as a map, whoa, that would be awesome, even if the turns would kinda take forever. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I made the video a bit longer for my number 1 of 2017, and I hope you all have a good year 2018. Bye!